Aloha, y'all. It is Thursday, named after Thor, the guy with Mjolnir, Odin's son, right? Nordic pantheon. Thursday, the 18th of September. It is a Jupiter rolled day, esoterically. The sun is in Virgo, the moon is in Leo. There's a whole lot of astrology going on, as per usual. The sun and Mercury are opposite, North Node, Saturn, Neptune. There's a grand trine between Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, the Sun and Mercury, and Uranus and Gemini retrograde. Jupiter is trining the North Node as well as Saturn. Jupiter is also trining Black Moon Lilith. The Moon is squaring Black Moon Lilith. Mars is squaring both Jupiter and Pluto. Mars is opposite Chiron. Uranus is squaring Venus. So a lot of stuff's going on. Anyway, the card we got for this Thursday is the Eight of Pentacles. The clarifying card is the Four of Wands, and the wild card is coming from the stone deck. It is Apophyllite. So let's get into it. If you're an earth sign, you're a pentacle. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, all of you are this suit. Though we all have all suits in us, some are more stressed than others, depending on your chart. Holler for a reading. Can help you understand all that. So the Eight of Pentacles, practicing your skills, encouraging others to be their best, deep satisfaction of your work. The Eight of Pentacles, I'm doing the work I was born to do, on page 176. And I mentioned the page numbers so that if there's a synchronistic resonance popping on that front for you or me or all of us, it is known. The Eight of Pentacles sets out a crystalline landscape of minerals with many facets, in which a character is seen standing on a golden, elegant structure, fashioning and refining the elements of some exquisite space-time sculpture. Robotic, made of intricate parts and connections, but still in human form, it is clearly absorbed and attentive to the task at hand. If this was a human being, perhaps an artist, we might assume he was in a state of, quote, flow, completely absorbed, honing and perfecting his skills, creating a meticulously detailed piece of work which expressed something essential about his existence, right? Moon in Leo, Sun in Virgo, Mercury in Libra, loosely conjunct that Sun. It's like, whistle while you work, show us what you got, do it from the heart, make it practical and embodied, or else it's just dreams, pipe dreams. We got to make it work. We may be able to delegate tasks to artificial intelligence or robotic forms with robust efficiency, but to be conscious of the process of creation may well remain a uniquely human phenomena. To take on something intrinsically valuable and use our range of intelligences keeps something crucially alive in us. Education socializes us for the world of work. It has been focused on external rewards and merits rather than internal and intrinsic motivation. Right? We're chasing the carrot typically and not doing what stirs our hearts because we feel like we have to do that, right? That's going to be changing with all this AI coming in and jobs being replaced. It's like we're going to have to know why we're here beyond just paychecks. This will have to transform if we are to encourage people with flexible skill sets and knowledge to work across different disciplines and collaborate virtually. The Eight of Pentacles invites you to look deeply into your world of work and review those projects and moments where you felt most alive, inspired, capable, absorbed, and joyful. What were you nurturing yourself the most with? Jupiter and Cancer. What were you the most inspired by? Uranus trining Pluto, Uranus and Gemini trining Pluto in Aquarius, trining Mercury and the Sun. What lit you up intellectually and otherwise? Figure out what brought you the most joy. What were you doing well and to your fullest competency? In the card, the character has many characteristics of a robot and yet still remains a human form and is clearly absorbed in the task. I'm playing with the possibility that no matter how much we may become, quote, enhanced beings, the sense of our own corporeal existence will be seen as a treasure. North Node and Pisces. Spirit is a beautiful thing. Our consciousness is a mind-body consciousness, unique and precious. If you have neglected your physical form, then this card is calling you to use it and fully experience it. If you've neglected to stretch your mind, now is the time to indulge in the amazing fact you can extend yourself, touch the lives of others by creating solutions. Mercury and Libra, trining that Uranus and Gemini, Pluto retrograde, both these in Aquarius. When you are willing to put in the real work to bring something about, Sun and Virgo, grounding in the inspiration and making it happen, it enhances your innate sense of being and you become absorbed in life. The Moon in Leo, right? Venus and Leo are like, I love what I do. But in order to love what you do, you have to be aware of a little more than just spontaneity, right? It's a combination. It's a balancing act. Everything is, right? It's like do, be, do, right? You be, as Ellen Watts would say, and then what are you doing? And then you be and you do. It's a yin yang. But We are consciously building towards something, hopefully a better version of our lives that can actually positively influence and affect others. The clarifying card is the Four of Swords. It's for the air signs. If you're a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, you're the mind, the sword, the intellect. I allow myself to rest in stillness on page 128. The Four of Swords is about meditation, taking care of your mind as well as your body, that Mercury and Libra, right? Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Venus and Leo. It's like, oh yeah, it's cool to get jazzed up and get hype, but then it's like, how are you walking forward in that? You have to do it from a place of stillness and knowing. Rest before putting your plans into motion. So I think the idea here is that it's all well and good to have plans and inspirations. How are you grounding them? What are you doing in the whirlwind of action? Where are you taking the stillness, being still and knowing, and then coming from that place as a action in the world? It's for yourself and others, service to self and others, Sun and Virgo. From a place of love and inspiration, Moon and Venus and Leo, towards your highest dreams, North Node and Pisces. So apophyllite, if you own this, plus 5 points, you can quantumly entangle with it if you do not own it. What it is, apophyllite acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent. Often sourced from enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra, Yoga, and Nag Champa, apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path, right? North Node in Pisces, opposite the Sun and Mercury. Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde conjunct opposite Sun and Mercury. It's like we have to be inspired and move towards our dreams, but it's going to take willingness and openness and failure and all sorts of little things that maybe cynicism prevents you from doing. You're like, why even bother? It's like, well, if you don't start building, nothing will happen, and you might have to come to that place from the coffin from a very still place in order to move forward. The Taj Mahal is a great idea on paper, but it's like it took blood, sweat, and tears to make it so. So who needs this? Anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good. North Node in Pisces, Venus and Moon in Leo. It's like inspiration. Where to put it? Wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel, pray. When to use it? When the spiritual life feels like a moving target. When you're like, where am I going? What am I doing? What am I doing? Take a chill pill and take a breather and kind of recollect yourself. You might have to gather new information. Uranus and Gemini, trending Pluto and Aquarius, and Mercury and Libra. Holler for a reading. I can help you with this kind of stuff. So when the spiritual life feels like a moving target, when you feel skeptical about your true purpose on earth, when you feel like your yeah, but thoughts are dishonoring the innermost you, right? When you're the shadow of the Sun in Virgo and the Moon in Leo is like, I want to follow my dreams, but it's like, yeah, but that won't pay the bills. Yeah, but everybody's doing that. Yeah, but thoughts can be silenced here. Beam yourself up, way up with apophyllite. And look, he's beaming himself up through creation, through materiality, from an inspired place, hopefully that abiding awareness, right? The ever-present abiding awareness, the hub of the wheel in Buddhism, right? Consciousness at a certain level. And you take that inspiration and channel it into the material, right? You calm your mind and your dumb monkey thoughts that say, no, but this can't happen, won't, the NT thoughts, no, can't, don't, won't, blah, blah. And you actually start grounding and you see what can happen. The bad ideas, quote unquote, the impractical things that can't occur will fall away, and you'll find what you can thread. And when you're threading it from a place of stillness, in a sense of non-mental, distraction, you get beamed the fuck up. So hopefully that makes sense. If you've enjoyed this, leave a tip. Obviously, holler for a reading. An hour of cards is $50. 3 hours of astrology is $150. If it's your birthday, it's half off either or both of those. And if you refer somebody to me, you get half off on an hour of cards for yourself. So that's a pretty good deal. The Team Rabbit Hole podcast is 321 episodes. So check out the most recent one in the comments. It's been a while because I've been traveling and so is my co-host, but probably get back on the saddle in that regard soon also. Yeah, just enjoy your Thursday, this Jupiter ruled day. Try to expand in a way that's both practical and coming from a be still and know kind of place. Be still and know, and you can make anything happen. That inspiration will come through. See the halo of light from the third eye? You will be inspired and beam from the imagined into the real, quote unquote. Even though there's probably no ultimate differentiation. We're all in spirit in some magical way. So, on that note, enjoy your Thursday, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios.